All right, here we go. All the marbles. 14U Women's Division I Gold Medal Final 2025 Sask Volleyball Provincial Championships. And this is going to be a good one, as it should be. The Saskatoon Husky Premier Squad, coached by Aaron Niesner, taking on the Regina QCVC Royal Elite, coached by Volodymyr Sudyarkov. QCVC to get here, seeded number 2 in Division 1, 4-0 play and round robin, first in Pool B, defeated the Swift Current Sundogs in the semifinal to get here. The Saskatoon Husky Premier Squad, 4-0, first in Pool A, defeating the Battlefords Volleyball Club in 3 sets in the semifinal to get here. There's always a little extra something whenever a sports team from Regina plays one from Saskatoon. The friendly Saskatchewan big city rivalry. Easter weekend, hello to you wherever you may be tuning in from. We're glad that you could be a part of things here, and we're looking forward to a great one here. Harper Prosofsky will get set to serve here for the Saskatoon Husky Premier Squad in the black jerseys with the traditional green trim, and no reply coming from QCVC on that first serve from the aforementioned Prosofsky, as that's drilled into the opposition court, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Saskatoon squad. Regina QCVC, this is being played at the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina, so you could say that the squad with the white shirts with the purple trim could have a little bit of a home court advantage here. We'll see how everything plays out here. Big swing off the block, and lowering the boom and delivering was Everly LaFontaine. As she squares this one up at one apiece, and you have a feeling that's how this one's going to go. We got some great athletes. We got 2 great programs going head-to-head here. I'm excited about this one as Ariana Ripplinger is set to serve here. You will see her enter the bottom of your screen on the right side momentarily here as she pounds that into the opposition court to a waiting HVC. Big swing put on that ball there by Malakwu, Chukwanosu Malakwu, but the block was there for QCVC, and they take a 2-1 lead here. The Royal Elite do out of Regina. Serving again, Ariana Ripplinger with her team up 1 in this 14U Women's Division Final. That's a good hard serve. And a big swing there up the middle as Malakwa delivers. They didn't have an answer for her this time. They managed to block her last time around, but you have to think if Huskies can get her going up the middle, it might be a long afternoon for QCVC. As serving now is Kayla Morelli. Ball pinballing in the elite court. They managed to get over in 3 hits where the Huskies are waiting. Big swing on the outside, off the block, out of bounds. Roka McDonald sending that one hard into the opposition and then out of play. And it's a 3-2 lead for the Huskies right now as Morelli set to serve again. Morelli, spinning serve, and a good take from QCVC. They thought about playing that, but Emily Guarin wise to just get right off that one and let it sail out of bounds and tie things up at 3. QCVC to serve. Everly LaFontaine pounds an ace into the opposition court. And it's a 4-3 lead now for QCVC. 2 of the juggernauts going toe-to-toe here. It's attracting quite a crowd here for this final as that's drilled over the net by LaFontaine. They're unable to set up the big swing for the Huskies this time. Free ball for QCVC and Everly LaFontaine. Pardon me, that was Nora Sandusky who steps into that one and lowers the boom and puts QCVC up a deuce. 5-3 here in this 14U Division I gold medal final. Everly LaFontaine serving again, her team up 2. Knuckleball type serve. Chasing that down is Morelli, the setter. However, over top of the net and aggressive with the block is Nora Sandusky. And QCVC, or no, must have had some personnel over the net there. So rather than 6-3, it's 5-4 as the Huskies serve. Big swing and just out of bounds. Unable to connect on that was Roka McDonald, who's certainly been a presence here early in this first set, and now serving for QCVC is Julia Ruth. Ruth sends that into the opposition court. Chasing that down is Renenberg. And McDonald sent that over the net. Free ball, punch to the back of the court where the Huskies are waiting. Renenberg setting up McDonald. McDonald just tips that over the net. And now the Elite able to set something up. Big swing, and finding the back of the court was Nora Sandusky. Sandusky recognizing that she had some room in that back corner. And 7-4 lead for QCVC as Julia Ruth will serve now. Seven serving 4. McDonald, Renenberg. And a nice swing there from Maeve. May's going to take another try at it. And yeah, unable to reply after that block are the Huskies as the Elite, recognizing a big swing was coming, threw up a block. And tough to get it through all those hands. Dominant net presence there by QCVC. 8-4, they lead this one here in the final. Julia Ruth serves. Sent to the back of the court, Morelli, and eventually Roca McDonald sent that over the net. QCVC setting up 17, and that's inbounds. Neve Van Leuven. And it's 9-4, and that will induce a Husky timeout. Erin Niesner has seen enough corralling the troops, and time for a conversation here. You know, a Husky program is always going to be good, and you hear their name often in these finals that we frequently live stream. QCVC, though, going right after them, playing aggressive, and not backing down from the fabled Husky premier program here. They lead at 9-4. They're going right after them here. And we'll see if the Huskies can settle things down here, as they often do. They've got some dynamic players on the Huskies, and they always couple that with a good grasp of the fundamentals. J.C. Renenberg, their setter, trying to get McDonald, Malakwu, and May into things. Julia Ruth ready to get play going. Her team up 5. Ruth. Oh, swing and a miss. And an ace. 10-4. QCVC leads it. Need to take a moment to gather the stray ball. And now Ruth, her team up 6. Good hard serve, but no, out of bounds. Huskies catch a break, and we'll see what they can do and see if they can maybe wrestle a little bit of that momentum away from QCVC here. They're down by 5, still lots of volleyball left to be played in this first set here. As J.C. Renenberg serves to a waiting Ruth, and Ruth out of bounds. However, that was saved and then helped over the net by Emily Guarin as Nora Sandusky chased that down. However, they're saying that because that was off the tile, I think. We can't have situations where athletes are running into row 3 to play balls. So yeah, an unsalvageable situation there as Renenberg serves, her team down by 4. And a quick set there, tipped over. Oh, good diving play there by McDonald. McDonald's an athlete. LaFontaine, and swinging with the left hand is Sandusky off the block and side out, and point QCVC. 11-6, they lead it. Sandusky always a lefty? Or is that just a little bit of improvisation there? Oh, it looks like she's always a lefty. As she induces play, McDonald, Renenberg, tipped over the net by May. Sandusky's there. They set up a big swing there from Van Leuven. Now McDonald in the block. McDonald recovers, and what do we got here? Some double contact. Or called on the carry there, rather. 12-6, the score. QCVC leads here in this 14U Division I gold medal final. Nora Sandusky. Good hard serve. Roca McDonald dives. Renenberg chases it down. And eventually that's sent over the net. Free ball there. Is able to corral that was Prasovsky. Big swing there. Did that go off of anyone? Nev Van Leuven. Out of bounds, side out, point Huskies. And now Roka McDonald serving for the Huskies. McDonald. Ruth has it. Malakwu at the net, sends it right back into the opposition, or pardon me, that's Tara May. And it eventually is going to be a point for the QCVC here. Nev Van Leuven will enter the bottom of your screen momentarily here and serve. Van Leuven just over the net. Here's May. Tips it over, ball pinballing around and trying to save that with Sandusky. She's got some hustle, but yeah, just not able to salvage that situation. It's point number 8 for the Huskies. 13-8, they lead it. As Tara May serving now. Sent over the net, Sandusky. Guarin. And a swing there from LaFontaine, recovered by the Huskies. Malakwu, big swing. And QCVC manages to keep that one alive. Sandusky sends it over. Free ball, back row. McDonald, Renenberg, Malakwu. Will anyone be able to salvage that? Oh, we got a rally going, but no, running around a little bit too much are the QCVC squad, and that's going to be a point for the Huskies, who have narrowed that deficit to 4 now. $13-9 the score, as Tara May will serve now after that side out. Gets to LaFontaine, battling at the net for it, and salvaging that is Sandusky. McDonald, Renenberg, and sent over the net there, and a good heads-up play at the net by Morelli. And momentum now on the side of the Huskies. Deficit just 3. And you had to think that the Huskies weren't going to stay out of this one for long, trailing early, but they seem to have settled into a little bit of a groove here. And we'll see how QCVC can navigate that. Blocked at the net there. Good play by Harper Prasovsky. QCVC is going to try again. Malakwu, Renenberg, and Morelli just a little bit too far out of bounds. Did that go off anyone? No, it didn't. And side out QCVC. They get a 4-point lead back here. And Emily Guarin will serve out of the bottom left corner of your screen here momentarily. Guarin. Played there by the Huskies. Malakwu off the block, spinning ball into the opposition court. Huskies get it right back with the side out, 14-11. As Harper Prasovsky makes her way to serve. Knuckleball, Sandusky, and nope, QCVC unable to track that down. And now the Huskies can just kind of sense that after a little bit of a slow start, they found their rhythm here in the middle of this contest. Prasovsky, good serve. Sandusky, back row. Setting up LaFontaine, who punches that over the net, and nobody there. And Everly LaFontaine making things happen. The big swing wasn't there for her, so she just punched it over the net and managed to find a spot where no green personnel were covering. Ariana Ripplinger to serve now. Her team up by 3, 15 serving 12. Good hard serve, push to the back of the court. Prasovsky, McDonald, and Morelli. That's going to be a tough play. She's able to get over the net. LaFontaine, and a quick set there. And good work there from the setter, Ripplinger, quickly getting it to her teammate. And now it's 16-12 in favor of QCVC. Ariana Ripplinger will try and keep things going. Looked like the Huskies may have snared some momentum, but QCVC now settling back down, and I get the feeling that's what it's going to be in this one. Lots of back and forth as Malakwu delivers that hard into the opposition court. However, QCVC recovers, and Everly LaFontaine, she's been dangerous on that left side, and she puts up another point for her squad. 17-12 here in the first set. Ariana Ripplinger Sends that over the net. Played by Morelli. Renenberg gets it, and Morelli, after that touch from Renenberg, LaFontaine, she's dangerous over there. If the big swing doesn't get you, the tip or the punch might. Morelli, big swing. Dug nicely there by Van Leuven. Malakwu. And that was dug nicely by Guarin. Punched over the net again by LaFontaine. Morelli's going to send that over the net. LaFontaine is waiting. Nice backdoor set there, Ripplinger, where Sandusky was waiting. Now Malakwu and Guarin with the nice dig. Oh, let's get a rally going here, girls. This is fun. I don't think anyone's going to be able to catch that. No, they are. This has to go over the net, and McDonald, oh, man. Just didn't get the piece of it that she needed to. Great rally. You knew you were going to see a lot of that with these two teams. You knew that it was coming, and we're going to have a timeout now as Aaron Niesner is going to try and calm the bunch down after point number 18 is put up by QCVC. But, yeah, this is starting to get fun here. 18-12 the score. QCVC leads it here in set number 1. Two undefeated juggernauts here going toe-to-toe in this first set, in this final for the 14U Women's Division I Sask Volleyball Provincial Championship. Just something about whenever a Saskatoon team meets a Regina team, you know, just a little added rivalry. The two big cities in Saskatchewan going head-to-head, regardless of the sport. Well, let's see. Play's going to resume here. Can the Huskies put some sustained pressure together here on QCVC? Or will the hometown girls get out of here with a convincing first set win? 18-12 the score. Ariana Ripplinger trying to keep things rolling for her team, the QCVC Royal Elite. McDonald, Renneberg, Malakwu tips it over the net. Yeah, Malakwu, you could see exactly where she was going with that. Some vacant court at the net where no one was covering. And side out, a needed side out for the Huskies. Give a coach's point to Aaron Niesner. And now Morelli will serve. Morelli, Guarin, battle at the net. Now the Huskies able to set something up. Malakwu into the block. And it lands on the QCVC side of the net. 18-14. Not sure what was said in that timeout for the Huskies, but they've been able to put up a couple of points since. Morelli sends that over the net. Sandusky. LaFontaine, yeah, just kind of running out of time and space to do something effective. Went for the high-risk play, and now QCVC just wanting to stomp out any sort of momentum that the Huskies might gather, have called the timeout. Vladimir Styarkov bringing his troops in and having a talk here. Pretty pointed discussion. Looks like he's seen something that he wants to adjust and correct right away here. (15-18). Huskies have trailed the majority of this one, but you sensed moments ago that they were starting to wrestle away a little bit of momentum here. Coach Sudarikov still relaying instructions to his girls. Huskies are ready to go. Kayla Morelli now to serve, trying to keep momentum going, and Morelli deals an ace. 18-16, the deficit down to 2. Morelli, and deals another ace. And the Huskies Don't want to say they're in cruise control now, but things have gone smoothly for them over the past few points. Guarin digs that up. And free ball sent over the net by Sandusky. We'll see if the Huskies can set something up here. Net play, and QCVC, oh, they needed that one. They managed to get that point back. 19-17 they lead it. Everly LaFontaine will go serve. LaFontaine sends that over the net to a waiting Husky squad. McDonald in out-of-bounds territory, and QCVC sends it over the net, dug by McDonald, and she'll get right back up and push it over the net where LaFontaine is waiting. Ripplinger, back set to Sandusky, and Sandusky, the lefty, once again delivers off the block and out of bounds. QCVC wins the race to 20. They now lead by 3. Back and forth we go between these two Titans. Good hard serve. Prasovsky, Renenberg, Malakwu into the block. Ripplinger, Sandusky, back row Morelli. Renenberg, who she's going to give it to this time? It's McDonald, and McDonald. Did that go off of anyone? No, it did not. QCVC point number 21 of this gold medal final. LaFontaine sends that over the net where Prasovsky is waiting. Renenberg, Malakwu, and Malakwu just running out of time and space. 22-17 QCVC. Everly LaFontaine trying to put a button on this first set. McDonald, Renenberg, Malakwu, big swing. Nobody touched it. 23-17. And where momentum has gone back and forth in this first set, you have to think it's on the side of QCVC right now. LaFontaine, well, unforced error into the net. And QCVC now will get set to receive the serve from Chakwanosu Malakwa. Malakwu, no spin on that serve whatsoever, played by LaFontaine. Ripplinger and Sandusky. They battle at the net, free ball. They joust at the net, a little bit of net play there. Renenberg setting up, Roka McDonald blocked there by Sandusky. Van Leeuwen. Sandusky off the block, diving stab, and an emotional point ends with QCVC putting themselves in a set point situation. It's going to be Julia Ruth. (24-18). Ruth just over the tape. McDonald plays it. Renenberg, the setter, chases it down, but a bit of a miscommunication with Morelli. And QCVC, a first set win, 25-18. They take this one. And you have to think that the Huskies will do a little bit of a reset here, and we'll see what happens in set number 2, but two great programs going head-to-head here. A fun first set, some great rallies. QCVC takes set number 1, 25-18. Set number 2 coming up shortly on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. And welcome back to the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Set number 2 in this 14U Division I gold medal game. You got the Saskatoon Husky Premier Volleyball Club in the near court. Black jerseys with the familiar green Husky trim, taking on the 14U Women Regina QCVC Royal Elite, that familiar QCVC purple in the far court. QCVC will serve. They had a 25-18 set 1 win. And you have to wonder if the Huskies will reply, how they will reply here, as Sienna Campbell is set to serve for QCVC here in this second set, as they will try and take the first step towards putting a button on this one. And how about an ace to get things going? QCVC and Sienna Campbell just over top of the tape, landing in the opposition court. Well played there. 1-0 lead for the purple team in the far court, and the white jerseys with that purple trim. QCVC off the side of the hand. 1-1 now. Morelli. We saw her all over the court in that first set. Kayla Morelli, good hard serve. Guarin plays that. Chasing that down is Campbell, and punched over the net by Takars. Big swing, off the block, out of bounds. That's Olivia McDonald seeing some action here in set number 2. And that was out of bounds, actually, off the, looks as though, yeah, QCVC getting the point there. And we're just going to review things here. I thought that was a point for the Huskies, and yeah, it is. All right. So Morelli back to serve. 2-1 her team leads. Morelli diminutive, but really lowering the boom on that serve. Punched over the net by Takars. Back row, McDonald was waiting for it. Roca McDonald. 2 McDonalds here, Olivia and Roca. And Olivia manages to put the button on that point there by giving the Huskies a 3-1 lead at the net there on that left side. And now Morelli serving again with her team up a couple. Guarin plays that back row. Campbell and Everly LaFontaine sends that over the net. Huskies are waiting for it. McDonald, big swing, and Olivia. 4-1 Huskies. Well, looks like the Huskies made an adjustment between sets, and unforced error, as you do tend to see in these championship finals, sends the ball the other way. And now Everly LaFontaine will try and get her team back in front here, trailing by a couple. 4-2 here in this championship final. Glad you could join us here on this Easter Saturday. McDonald and Morelli, both in that area. Belay hits that over the net. That's Katana Mary Belay, number 11, checking into this game. Her first touch here as that ball eventually careens out of bounds, and it's a QCVC point. 3 serving 4 coming up here. Everly LaFontaine, who was good in that first set, making her presence felt here in this second set. QCVC takes this second set. It's a celebration on home court. Huskies trying to force the issue here and take us to that third set race to 15, but that serve handcuffing McDonald, and we're all tied up at 4 now. Everly LaFontaine. You have to think that both teams are going to settle in here in this set number 2, and we're going to see some good rallies here. Some great athletes on both sides. And will things start here? Nope, just kind of running out of time and space to operate as QCVC as that ball is hit into the net. Side out Huskies as they get the serve back. And Olivia McDonald will try and get a little bit more momentum going for the green side here. Good hard serve for McDonald as Guarin, wise to take, ducks and gets out the way of that ball that was coming in hot. 5-5 the score. Julia Takars, we've seen her be a bit of a presence at the net here in this second set. She's going to serve now, far court for QCVC. Spinning serve, played by Morelli. Chasing that down is Maya Halwalchuk, setter for the Huskies. As Guarin sends that over the net. Oh, great heads-up play by Emily Guarin. Seeing that there wasn't really anybody set up on the other side of the block, just tipped it over that imposing block of Halwalchuk and Malakwa. 6-5. Morelli. Halwalchuk. McDonald! Oh, and that went off personnel and landed in bounds as well. Big swing there from McDonald. And now Chukwunosu Malakwu will serve. With this game squared up at 6, Malakwu drilled hard into the opposition court. LaFontaine, Guarin, and sent over by Boswell Scholler. Morelli, or pardon me, Belay in the net there. Just unable to get it through the block. 7-6 QCVC. Akwal Madut serving now. Madut to Morelli. Halwalchuk punched over the net by McDonald. QCVC trying to dig that out there, LaFontaine, but it ended up spinning out of bounds. 7-7. Now we're trading points, as expected. See if anyone can pull away here as Maya Halwalchuk will serve. Into the net. Unforced error, 8 on the board for QCVC as Peyton Boswell Scholler will serve. 28 white. Hard just over the net. Played by Olivia McDonald. Halwalchuk and Roka McDonald. Big swing, but dug nicely there by Madut. McDonald. Halwalchuk. Roka McDonald. And a bit of a rally going here. Madut. Was she on the net? No, she wasn't. And point QCVC as they go up a couple. It's 9-7 here in this second set. Boswell Scholler. McDonald. Everly LaFontaine. Good heads-up play by LaFontaine. Oh, was she in the net, though? Yes, she was. Her body language indicates that she does not agree with that assessment, but referee was right there. And now Roka McDonald will serve. 8 serving 9. That ball out of bounds, ace, and it's 9 apiece. Roka McDonald. With this game all tied up. Good hard serve. Oh, just over the tape. Madut dug that out. And a good heads-up play at the net by Katana Mary Belay. KMB where she needed to be. Just depositing that one in the grill of the opposition. And it's the Huskies with a 1-point lead now. McDonald, oh man, that's a hard serve. Played by Boswell Scholler. And LaFontaine sends it over. Morelli, Halwalchuk at the net. And that's hit by LaFontaine, out of bounds. Didn't go off of anyone. Huskies with a 2-point lead now. 11 serving 9er. Drilled over the net again by McDonald. He's got a powerful swing, be it at the net or serving. Guarin tips that over. Belay set up, and oh, she found that back corner. That went off of some personnel en route to careening out of bounds. And Katana Mary Belay puts her team up a field goal here, 12-9. And Vladimir Sudarikov has seen enough for now. He's going to call a timeout and try and stabilize the situation. After a 25-18 first set win, QCVC, and they got a bit of a lead in the beginning stages of this one, but as we get into the middle of this set, Huskie settling down, and looks like they may have found their groove here. We'll see if they can continue that forward momentum here, the Huskies. QCVC takes to the court, Roca McDonald. Ready to deal. Good hard serve from McDonald. Played by Madut. LaFontaine sends that over the net. Malakwu waiting for it. McDonald off the block, and it's another point for the Huskies. 13-9, up by 4 here. And the Huskies starting to play their game and doing so with a little bit of swagger out there. Played back row. Off that serve from McDonald. LaFontaine off the tape, out of bounds. Didn't go off of any Husky personnel. 14-9 they lead it. And McDonald on a bit of a run here. Leading her team to several consecutive points. 5 is the lead. Oh, lowers the boom on another one, played by Boswell Scholler. And LaFontaine trying to get to it, and just a bit of a miscommunication from QCVC. And the Huskies have QCVC running around a little bit here. See if Roca McDonald can continue delivering hard serves. And an ace! And the lead now is a converted touchdown for Roca McDonald and the Huskies. And a timeout is necessary again to try and bust up McDonald's routine and the swagger that the Huskies are playing with here in set number 2, giving up that first set 25-18 decision and not monkeying around here in the second set. They fall behind a little bit early, but they managed to find a spark, get a little bit of momentum, and keep things moving forward. QCVC got to keep things positive here. Get out there. Lots of chatter, lots of communication. Have each other's back. Huskies, though, with Roca McDonald serving, just really putting their best foot forward and really not making it easy for QCVC. McDonald's such a hard serve. It just clears the tape by an inch or two, and it's got some velo behind it. QCVC called a timeout and tried busting up her momentum once. See if Coach Vladimir can get a coach's point here. McDonald drills it into the opposition court. Tipped over the net. And pinballing around, Malakwu sends it over. Free ball here, dug by Boswell Scholler. Guarin at the net. Belay with a great block. And LaFontaine will have to send that over the net. Belay is waiting. Holowalchuk setting up Belay. Blocked. And pinballing around, QCVC not able to grab it. 17-9er is the lead now for the Huskies. Roca McDonald on a run here. Another tough serve to return. Boswell Scholler has it. Tipped over the net by Guarin. Holowalchuk sets up Morelli, who sends that over the net. Campbell. LaFontaine, and Everly LaFontaine. QCVC needed that one. Huskies were starting to run away with things a little bit, and LaFontaine gets a good swing in there. Emily Guarin now. Serving for QCVC, trying to get her team back into it. Olivia McDonald, belay, and now Olivia McDonald with a swing there. Dug back row by Boswell's shoulder. Punched over the net. Morelli is there. Huskies are everywhere. Nothing's going to come easy for QCVC, but bit of an unforced error there in the corner as the Huskies running out of time and space to operate there. And that'll be point number 11 for Emily Guarin and QCVC. And Guarin sends that into the net. Point number 18 of this set for the Huskies. Belay to serve. Good hard serve. Madut digs it. And free ball over the net from Campbell. McDonald. Holowalchuk. Malakwu. Good heads up play, but dug nicely by Guarin. And Guarin's got to get up in a hurry and get that over the net. Roka McDonald. Holowalchuk. Olivia McDonald. Oh, that didn't go off of anyone. Just swung that one out of bounds. 12-18. And now Sienna Campbell. (12-18). McDonald. Belay. And Olivia McDonald sends that out of bounds. And yep, nobody touched that one. Point number 13 for QCVC. Sienna Campbell. Trying to get her team back into this one in this second set. Roka McDonald, Holowalchuk, and Malakwu sends it over. Madut at the net. Oh, good heads-up play there. Akwal Madut. 14-18. And Aaron Niesner is going to call a timeout and gather the troops here, as QCVC seems to have ensnared a little bit of momentum in this second set. And Coach Niesner and the Huskies thinking we got to put a stop to that. Some strategy coming in here from both coaches. 2.5-hour rip back to Saskatoon for the Huskies would be made a lot more pleasant with gold medals in Div 1 around their necks. QCVC winning at home with plenty of friends and family here would be pretty sweet for them. Let's see how this story plays out. Sienna Campbell, the setter, is going to serve here with her team down by 4 in this second set. QCVC, of course, winning that first set. Huskies trying to force a race to 15, third set. 14 serving 18, Campbell. And that ball spins out of bounds. Coach's point, Niesner. Good job, Aaron. Morelli now to serve. Sends it over the net. QCVC chasing that down. McDonald to McDonald. And a free ball sent over the net by Morelli. Guarin. Campbell setting up Madut. And did that go off of any personnel? It did, apparently, as side out. And point QCVC, 19-15 the score, still favoring the Huskies. Everly LaFontaine has been consistent for QCVC to Roka McDonald, Holowalchuk, Olivia McDonald. Dug nicely by Guarin. And at the net, big swing there from Takars. Dug by Belay. McDonald off the block as that pinballs and skates through the opposition court and eventually finds the ground. 20-15, Huskies lead this one. QCVC in the far court in purple took the first set, 25-18, but the Huskies forcing the issue here in the second set. Sent over the net, Campbell Setter dumps that over. Morelli digs it. Malakwu, and Guarin digs that. Campbell gets it over to Boswell Scholler. Morelli chases that one down. Holowalchuk, McDonald, and dug by Guarin. Campbell, Boswell Scholler, Belay digs. Holowalchuk, Malakwu, whammo, 21-15. Great little rally between these two teams as they settle down. It feels like a set number 3 may be a thing, and it's going to be fun if and when it happens. Let's not put the cart too far before the horse here. 21-15. 4 away, the Huskies. QCVC with something to say about that is Boswell Scholler. Free ball over to Olivia McDonald. Holowalchuk, Roca McDonald, dug by Guarin. Campbell, and back row LaFontaine, off the side of the hand. That's a tough break. And 22-15 now. Huskies lead this one with Olivia McDonald set to serve. Olivia McDonald on the bench in set number 1, coming in set number 2 here, and she's been good. Madute tipped there. Roca McDonald was there, and that's going to be a point for the Huskies. Huskies set to serve here. Olivia McDonald. Boswell Scholler digs that. Roca McDonald on the Husky side. Holowalchuk setting up. Malakwu off the block. Chukwunosu Malakwu, you get her in a rhythm, and she can be tough to stop in the middle there. 24-15 set point here, and it looks like a race to 15 is imminent. Huskies just need to lock down one more point here. Guarin in the back row. Campbell sets up Boswell Scholler off the block. Belay, Holowalchuk, McDonald, and let's play a third set here in Regina as the Huskies, a bit of a statement win. 25-15 in set number 2. It wasn't the best of start for the Huskies, but they settled into their rhythm and, really didn't look back after that. So a third set race to 15 is going to be necessary, and we will have that for you in just a moment here on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. set number 3. Saskatoon Huskie Premier Squad in their familiar green colors, black jerseys, green trim, taking on the Regina QCVC Royal Elite, white jerseys, purple trim, far court. Regina with the home court advantage. Plenty of friends, family, and fans here with their purple in the seats here. And, of course, the Huskies trying to take a gold medal back to Saskatoon. Regina versus Saskatoon matchup, 25-18. QCVC took the first set, or 25-18, 25-15. The Huskies responded in the second set, and now here we go. Set number 3, set to serve is Ariana Ripplinger. First set, Olivia McDonald, and no response coming from the Huskies as that ball sails out of bounds. Katana Mary Belay trying to make a play there in front of the fans there, but couldn't work with that, so no response from the serve from Ripplinger, who was a big presence in the first set. Good serve. Diving play there by McDonald, sent over the net where QCVC is waiting. Big swing right down the line. Nora Sandusky, the lefty. Oh, yeah, you could just see her eyes get big. She knew that she had the opportunity to deliver a whammo, and she made no mistake. 2-0 lead here for QCVC. Margin of error so slim in these races to 15 in the third set. Just going to pump the brakes here a little bit. Belay needs to tie the shoe. J.C. Renenberg back in, setter for the Huskies. Olivia McDonald, the aforementioned Renenberg. Belay, and Belay delivers. A little bit of a change up there. The block was ready for a big swing and took a little bit off that one and gets the Huskies their first point. 2 serving 1. Morelli, who has played every minute of this game, will now take to the serve area. Kayla Morelli just over the tape, knocked right back over the net by Julia Ruth. Olivia McDonald off the tape, played by QCVC, and they're going to run out of time and space to be able to do anything with it. And point Huskies 2-2 here in set number 3. Kayla Morelli. Good hard serve for Morelli, and that's out of bounds. Did anyone touch that? No, they didn't. The QCVC player took a swing at that one, and a little bit of luck to miss it entirely as it sailed out of bounds. And now Everly LaFontaine, another player who's been a part of every moment of this game, will now serve. Gets it to Roka McDonald. And a big swing there as Katana Mary Belay once again delivers in the middle. 3-3 the score. Let's go back and forth here. Olivia McDonald will serve now. McDonald over the net to awaiting LaFontaine. Played by Ripplinger. Big swing there from Sandusky. Doug. McDonald and Sandusky battle at the net. Now McDonald. Oh, Sandusky reaching over the net. She looked right at the referee. And let's see what the call is here. And yeah, it's going to be Huskies here, as I think Sandusky was on the net. As soon as she did it, she looked at the referee with a bit of a guilty look on her face. But we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here between the two officials just to make sure they get this one right based on the evidence that they witnessed here. Call on the floor is point Huskies. As Sandusky was over the net, so now Olivia McDonald with the score 4-3. Will hammer that ball into play, played by Guarin. And a good heads-up play there at the net by Julia Ruth. And it's going to be point QCVC here. 4-4 the score. Ruth. Teams battling at the net here. Free ball. McDonald over the net. Ruth digs it. Sandusky delivers again, the lefty. Oh, she's been a force to reckon with here. 5-4 score. Julia Ruth now. And we're going to get a substitution here. As Malakwu comes in. Tara May subbing out. Julia Ruth. And a good take there by McDonald as that ball sails out of bounds. 5-5 the score now. Katana Mary Belay to serve. See which team can get that all-important momentum here. It's just been back and forth here in this third set race to 15, as you would expect. Ruth, Ripplinger, and Sandusky deliver. Ripplinger, Sandusky, Whammo, point purple, as the Royal Elite taking a 1-point lead here in this final, Division I. Nora Sandusky, the lefty, pounds that ball into play just over the net, played by McDonald. Free ball there for QCVC, and pushing that over the net is LaFontaine. Morelli is waiting there. Chasing that down is Renneberg, and setting up McDonald, and McDonald with a big swing. 6-6 the score. Back and forth we go. As J.C. Renneberg, setter, gets into position. Good serve there. Doug, free ball for the Huskies. McDonald, Renneberg, Malakwu. Ruth manages to save that. Van Leuven gets a piece of it and then sent over by QCVC personnel. McDonald at the net there. Sandusky was there to cover. Guarin sends it over the net. Olivia McDonald to Roka McDonald. And that's out of bounds. Did anyone touch that? No, they didn't. Side out and point QCVC. 7-6 they now lead it. Nev Van Leuven to serve. Van Leuven into the net. 7 up here. Roka McDonald for the Huskies. Neither team able to get some momentum here as McDonald unforced error into the net. 8-7 the score. And we're going to flip sides here as we hit that halfway point. Well, we know that these two teams are evenly matched. Who's got that little bit extra to win the championship here? Who's able to focus just that much more than the opposition? Who maybe has a little bit of luck on their side more so than the opposition? Right now it's QCVC leading 8-7. These teams trading points in this third set, back and forth. QCVC winning the first set, 25-18. A convincing second set win for the Huskies, 25-15. Evenly matched in the first little bit of that second set before the Huskies, quite frankly, ran away with things, but QCVC not rattled by that second set defeat. Here leading in this third set, 8-7. Emily Guarin. She's been a great defensive player. She's contributed a little bit offensively, but really sound when it comes to digs and returning serves. Sends it to the backcourt, Belay. Renenberg. And that'll be out of bounds. McDonald, and it's a 2-point lead now for QCVC. 9-7, they lead it. The QCVC Royal Elite. And we're going to see a timeout here called by the Huskies, trying to freeze Guarin. All the marbles at stake here, Division I gold medal final. Thank you very much for joining us, wherever you may be tuning in from, whoever you may be rooting for as part of this game. Don't know if we'll have a lot of viewers in Regina right now because I think the QCVC fan base is sitting here all clad in purple with their pom-poms and their noisemakers. There's also some men's action going on this weekend. You see one of the Huskie volleyball teams at the top of your screen trying to cheer on their Huskie compadres. Emily Guarin set to serve. And side out. 9-8 the score. Malakwa with the serve, and Katana Belay with the big swing, tying things up at 9 here. Malakwu just hammering that over the net. Ripplinger setting up LaFontaine. Oh, diving dig there, and a great play by McDonald. Oh, a big swing. And Olivia McDonald getting horizontal, clearing it over the net, and no reply coming. And now we're going to have another timeout here. QCVC. Trying to keep any sort of momentum from forming on that far side of the court, QCVC is. It's a 1-point lead. Two teams that both want to win this, you can tell. Back and forth action, as it should be in a final. Malakwu trying to pad her team's lead, 10-9. And Malakwu deals an ace. Just over the net, just clearing the tape. QCVC diving, trying to keep that in play. 11-9 the score. Malakwu over the net. Teams battle at the net. Belay there with a little bit of net play. McDonald tips it over the net. LaFontaine. Ripplinger setting up LaFontaine. Big swing out into the net. And it's now a 3-point lead for the Huskies. They're feeling it. They're feeling it in the far court. Malakwu. Guarin. Ripplinger sends it over the net. Hendenberg. And Olivia McDonald. Off of no one. Out the back of the court. QCVC side out. That was big. 10 serving 12. Ariana Ripplinger. Sends that over the net. McDonald. Hendenberg. And McDonald delivers an unreturnable whammo. And now Morelli will serve. 13-10. Morelli played back row Guarin. Big swing. Sandusky out of bounds. Off of no one, and we are at championship point for the Saskatoon Husky Premier Squad. Kayla Morelli, who's played every moment of this game, sends it over the net. Guarin there. Tipped at the net by Belay, and that'll do it. Every dog has their day, and today is the day for the Huskies, as they are going to get out of here with 14U Division I gold. A first set loss, they remained undaunted. They battled through for a convincing win in the second set, and a third set that was very back and forth in the early stages. They managed to get some sustained momentum, and they're going to head back to Saskatoon up Highway number 2 with gold medals around their necks. Oh, that was a fun one. QCVC Royal Elite, nothing to hang their heads about. Got all the way to the finals, as they were expected to. But on this day, the Huskies just a little bit better, and they'll get out of Regina and this weekend with gold medals around their necks. That'll do it for our live webcast here on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. We're happy that you could join us today, wherever you may be tuning in from. Have a great rest of your Easter weekend as we bid you goodbye from Regina.